We're making a cheesy, hammy chicken cordon bleu that's carnivore-ish. There's one ingredient you can leave out and it'll be totally carnivore. So stick around if you want to see how I did it. I've lost 180 pounds with a combination of carnivore, keto, and counting calories. I reached my goal in November of 2022. Right now I'm doing an experiment with being carnivore-ish and counting calories. If you want to see the results, stick around and subscribe, and we can see how it goes. Don't forget to click the like button. So the way we're going to start this is I have crock pot liners, and this is the ones that go for your crock pot. I just get the regular size. It fits 3 to 8 quarts, and so I get that in there. I'm going to make sure that's turned off. I've got some gloves here, and then we're going to put our chicken in there. I am not going to season my chicken. Every time I do chicken in here, I always season it, but I'm not going to today. So I'm just gonna wait to season it till I cook it or till I eat it. So this knife is so terrible it can't even cut plastic. That's some bad steak knives, y'all. Okay, anyway, so I'm just gonna kind of open. These are boneless, skinless chicken thighs. So I'll just open them up and toss them in. It helps them get cooked a little bit better. So I'm just going to get them in. Like I said, usually I do a layer and then seasoning. And then a layer and then seasoning. But that's not what I'm doing today. So we're just going to get it all cooked up. And I don't cut off the fat. So that all kind of renders down in the crock pot anyway. So, because it makes a really nice fatty broth. So I'm going to put this on low. Hang on. Okay. I always double check and make sure it's on low. I'm going to put the lid on it. It's probably going to take 4 or 5 hours. It is about 6:30 right now. So we're just going to keep an eye on it. I'm probably going to move it over to my kitchen sink or kitchen table in a little bit just to make space. I got some other prep I need to do. But anyway, so there we go. That's how we're getting this started. It is 11 o'clock, so it's been not quite 5 hours. I just want to kind of take a peek at it and see how it's doing. I'm just going to kind of stab into it all and see. I'm kind of treating it like a roast, you know, to see is it pulling apart? Is it raw down in there? Be careful because it'll splash up. I think I see some raw. Yep, I think that looks like it's still raw. So, but I want to be careful. I don't want to stab the package the plastic if I can avoid it. But, well, let me see. Just keep on looking. Yeah, let's give it another 20-30 minutes. And then we'll move on to the next phase of what we're going to do. So right now, the timer just went off. What I really want to do is get this chicken out and kind of get it chopped up a little bit and let it cool. And then I can portion out however much I want of it. So I've got a crock pot liner in this bowl. I got enough dirty dishes. I don't want a bunch more. So I'm going to scoop out this chicken and put it in here. This was 4.4 pounds of chicken. So we're going to be building a recipe, and we're not going to be using all of the chicken for this, but at least we have an idea of how much chicken we started with. So that way when we plug in and work on the macros, we'll know, you know, I might just like divide it perfectly in half and know that one half is 2.2 and the half that I use is 2.2. I'll see what I do. But anyway, so now I've got that done. I could take this chicken broth and save it and use it later in something. There is a hole in this bag. I'm not going to dump it down the sink because there is fat in it. So, but yeah, so you got you some nice chicken broth here for if you want to use that and sip around on it. But I'll be back because like I said, we need to let this cool down. So I'll be back in a few minutes. So I'm going to pull it out of this glass bowl and just let it sit right up here on my counter so it can all kind of spread out. And we'll give it about 10 minutes. Then I'll come in with some gloves and I'll get it all mushed up. So I'll be back in about 10-15 minutes. Okay, so moving forward, I've got the chicken, and I'm just kind of break it apart. And you know what? I actually decided if all this chicken fits in here, I'm just going to use it all and have me a great big old meal prep. So I'm just going to break apart the chicken. I do not know what the macros are as of yet. That's kind of how I do things. I figure out what I'm going to do, and dadgummit, I needed the bigger container. Hold up, I need to get the bigger thing, hang on. Okay, I don't remember if I said it, but the oven is preheating to 350 degrees. See, this is why meal prep day, Terri gets the short end of the stick. So one of the reasons why I have no idea how many this is going to feed until the end is what I do is I write down everything that is going into it, and then I plug it into my tracker app and see how many servings it's going to need to be in for me to have roughly the same amount as my burgers. So, sometimes you want variety. You don't want just burgers or ground beef, and you want something a little bit different. But since I am counting calories, I have to weigh it and know exactly what's going in here. Because eating day, Terri just wants to be able to grab and go and not think about it. So I've already wrote down that it has 4.4 pounds of chicken. So we know that's in here. So now I'm gonna, I gotta open up this package of diced ham. Just a second. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed my scale because I do want to, show you all. When I do stuff, I just build it on the scale. So I know this is diced ham, and so I need to cut the package open. And we've got it zeroed out, and this is by grams on the package. So it says that it is 227 grams. Well, let's find out if that is accurate. Nope, there's a little more than that in there. So, you got to look out for yourself. So 233 grams, 233. And I'll save that package and scan it later. We're going to hold off on the cheese because now we're going to make this little sauce that we're going to do. So we're going to get a bowl here. And I'm going to zero out my bowl. And I've got some Great Value Greek yogurt. So with chicken cordon bleu, there's that nice sauce. And one of the recipes I saw, they used cottage cheese, and that's fine. You could use cottage cheese. They actually blended it up, so it's kind of all the rage on TikTok now is blending your cottage cheese, but I ain't got no time for that. Now, I'm also going to add some ground mustard. If you are carnivore and you don't do ground mustard, that's all right. I think it's Kelly Hogan. No. I think it's whatchamacallit that does it. I don't know. One of them gals uses mustard sometimes. But you do whatever you can tolerate. So don't do something just because you see Terri does it. Because Lord knows I hate somebody to die off because Terri did it. I don't want somebody to kick off. 170 grams is a serving. So pull a little more of that out. All right, close enough. Now, this is cooked, okay? So you're not needing to cook it for a long time. You're just really just going to want to, heat it all up and let the flavors blend together. So wait a minute. Yogurt and mustard. Yogurt was 170. Now mustard, 10. I think a serving is 5. Yep. So 10 grams of mustard. And we're going to mix this up, and then we're going to pour it into there. I think the mustard just kind of gives it a tang, Again, you do whatever's going to be right for you. So don't mess yourself up just because I ate mustard. Don't start eating mustard and mess yourself up. Alright, so now we're going to mix that into here. Like I said, over the years I've seen a lot of chicken cordon bleu recipes for carnivore and for keto, and so I was like, you know what? That sounds like something fun to make this weekend. So I know I didn't even taste this, and y'all know darn well that I didn't add anything to the chicken, so it is going to be blander than bland. So I'm going to do Terri a solid. I got some of this Seasonella traditional herbal salt. I picked this up whenever I was on my trip to Branson. And I really don't even know what traditional cordon bleu uses for seasoning. But you all, I hope, know how bland chicken is whenever it doesn't have any seasoning on it. It's like eating cardboard. Not the texture, just the taste. Of course, I don't know, cardboard may have more taste than chicken. I have no idea. So anyway, so now I'm just going to mix it all together here. And then we're going to top it with some cheese. But we have to know how much cheese. So this is what you got to do. I tell you guys all the time, you have to know once you're settled in and you are settled into your way of eating, whatever your way of eating is, keto, carnivore, counting calories, counting carbs, counting, I don't know, vegetarian, vegan, whatever you are, you have to be able to learn how to build your own recipes, because when you get to your goal, you're not going to know what to do. If your scale starts moving, you got to know what to do. Let's taste it. It's going to be good, but a little more salt. So hang on, let me get some. This is some seasoned salt. Redmond seasoned salt. Alright. But again, like I said, you have to be able to make your own stuff and figure out how to track once you're settled in and squared away. If you're just starting out, for heaven's sakes, just follow recipes and eat whatever your favorite influencer eats, but then whenever you start stalling, that's whenever you're going to have to do what you got to do to make yourself be able. You got to make it sustainable for you, you know. Just because something's sustainable for me don't mean it's sustainable for you. Let's see. All right. Cheese. I would just take the number off the package, but I'm not going to use it all. So, and I'm not using all because I need some of it. And another thing I'm making. So this is ultra thin Swiss cheese Sargento. Now the person I saw make it, they only used 4 slices of cheese. But let me just tell you, I'm not about that 4 slices of cheese life. There's holes in it. So it's like, you know, you're missing half your cheese. So, I'm going to do more than that. I want that cheesy goodness on the top, y'all. I want cheese in every bite. Right there. Right there. But don't worry, we're weighing it, so we'll know exactly how much. All right, we'll stop you right there. And a little bite to grow on. All right. Now, that is 115 grams of cheese. So now I got the oven at 350. Let's pop it in. Hang on. Okay, it's all ovens at 350. And now we're just going to set our carnivore-ish chicken cordon bleu in the oven. Get back, puppy dog. I don't want to burn your nose. So I'm going to put it in the oven for about 20 minutes. And while that is cooking, I'm going to plug in all the macros and divide it out. I think my burgers are around 750-ish calories. So I'm going to plug in everything, and then I'll show you how many portions that we're able to get with around 750 calories. Let's take a look. Ooh, that cheese is melted. I think I might put it on the... I think I might move it higher and see if I can get the top to turn maybe a little brown. I don't know if it can do that. We'll just see. Okay, I cranked it up to 400 and I got on this top shelf. Let's see if that does anything. I don't really know. I'm still learning about this stuff. Well, it really isn't 400 degrees yet, but, oh, well, it is now. But let's take a look and see what we think. No, but the edges are turning brown, and I don't want it to burn, so that's good enough. So we're just going to turn everything off, and I got to let this cool down before I can do any kind of... Here you go, let me let you see it. Let you see it up close. We got to let it cool down before we can do any cutting and stuff. I remember that because Mom used to make lasagna, and you always had to let it cool a little while, and then you could cut it up in portion sizes. So what I'll do is, when it cools down, I'll put it into 4 serving containers, and then we'll give it a try. Okay, y'all, it's the moment of truth. Let me give you the macros before we take a bite. I put it into 4 servings, and each one is 790 calories. So my burgers are about 700 and I think 740 or 760. So it's just like, and then by the time we add ketchup to my lunches and minced onion, so this is 790 calories per serving of the 4. Protein is 104, total carbs 7.2, fat is 41.6. So that is the macros. I've got the instructions down in the description of this video if you want to, if you want to see how I do it. So why is there a light? There's like a streak on here. Hang on. Sorry, I couldn't help it. There's like this weird streak on my screen. Anyway, all right, so let's give it a try after a little technical difficulty. So Swiss, ham, chicken, yogurt, and mustard. Again, leave the mustard out. Good stuff, Maynard. Heck yeah. Future Terry's going to be very thankful. It's good. It's juicy. And like I said, for a variation, I saw one person use cottage cheese. They blended up their cottage cheese to make it soft. And they use that instead of yogurt. So, I just know for the amount of calories, you can get more yogurt than cottage cheese. So, I'm all about more. You know me. And this cute little... I got the little petite diced ham. You could get the bigger diced ham. Yep. So there you go. You gotta make this. If you do make it, will you let me know what you think? Okay, bye. So let me show you how I portion things out. So if you followed me longer than 5 minutes, you know I'm pretty obsessive about making things be the same. So I have 4 of these containers right here. And I don't have to zero them out because it's all the same container. So what I want to do is make sure in the end the containers are pretty much all weigh about the same. So 389, 442, 430. So these two are similar. 460. I lost my little, well, shoot fire. I lost my thing. Hang on. Okay, so 460. I'm going to leave the 460. Let's see if I can get this one to, these were 4, let's see if I can get this one to 440. So this is kind of the leftover mush that was in the bottom of it. So I can divide this up. Okay. Okay, that's actually, hang on, I got to hold this with my mouth. It's actually 460. So maybe I can get these to 460 or close, 460 something. And then they will all be about the same. And that will make me happy. Will some have more cheese than others? Sure. But am I going to cry about it? No. And now I'm going to take this last little bit and eat it for myself. Nope. You just hang on. Hold your horses. And there we go. So now, I've created a meal in my tracker app. So then all I gotta do is pop these in the freezer. And when I pull them out, then there you go, Terry. All I gotta do is go in and do that, plug it into my tracker app, and that will be my supper. So there you go. I just wanted to show you guys. Okay. Now I'll leave you alone.